a ground ball up the left side. Pass, roll in. One will score. It's in the gap. It gets by the outfielders. Jordan goes back. Two will score. Here's a throw down to third. Not in time as Welsh.
Ivy throws it back in. We'll see if the relay comes home. It does not. It's an RBI single.
Called strike three.
Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
And a pleasant good Friday evening from Corbett Field. This is the final game of day number 2 here on yourliveevent.com, featuring the Central Cass Squirrels, and the Thompson Tommies. Winner has a date with Lemoore Litchfield coming up in the state championship tomorrow night. The loser will play against Langdon Area Edmore Munich for the third place game. We'll have both of those for you right here on yourliveevent.com. Earlier today, Lemoore Litchfield with a 12-8 win, as they topped off Langdon Area Edmore Munich in the third inning. The heavens opened up, and then we had a rain/lightning delay, and eventually Lemoore Litchfield would go on to hang on and win 12-8 in a loser-out contest, in a consolation semifinal game earlier. A 10-5 win for Delax Burlington over Shiloh Christian. Carson Yale with 2 for 3 at the plate with 2 runs scored and 2 RBI. And then you also had North Star with a win over Bishop Ryan 6-3. So 7th place Bishop Ryan against Shiloh, and in the consolation championship, it's Delax Burlington going up against North Star. And then again, Langdon Area Edmore Munich will play in the third place game against the loser of this contest. So the winner will advance to play the Lobos in the championship tomorrow night at 6:30. If Thompson wins, it's a rematch of last season's state title game from Newman Outdoor Field. On the opposite side of Central Cass wins, it'll be the first time since 2013 that the Squirrels have made their way to a state championship game. Still to come on our Irie Insurance pregame show. For all of your insurance requests, go online to IrieINS.com. That again is IrieINS.com to find your local agent and get ready, as we have a multitude of thunderstorms making their way again throughout the state of North Dakota to get your crop hail covered throughout the summer. So that is our Irie Insurance again pregame show. The Thompson Tommies at 20-3 on the season, while Central Cass is 13-6. Earlier today, congratulations and a tip of the cap goes out to softball head coach Matt Chandler and the Thompson Tommies, as they're moving on to the state championship, as they will play the winner of Beulah and Mayport CG. That game currently in the 5th inning. Latest we heard, Beulah was up 2-0 over the Mayport CG Patriots. The Kinder Richland Vikings will play for 3rd place, and Hillsborough Central Valley on the eastern side will play for 5th place. We will have coverage tomorrow on the softball side, starting roughly at around noon for the Burroughs game at the Consolation Championship, followed by roughly at 2 o'clock for Kinder Richland, and then after that the championship game roughly at 4 o'clock on the softball side. Baseball side, everything gets going at 11:30 tomorrow morning, and then we will have the 3rd game of the day. So if you go 2 hours roughly, you look at 1:30, 3:30, you're looking roughly at around 4:30 or so for the first pitch of the 3rd place game, with the championship game 6:30, 7 o'clock, barring again what Mother Nature has in store and just the games in front of you has in store as well. The Thompson Tommies are wrapping up their infield. The Central Cass Squirrels will take infield next. Central Cass will be the visitors on the scoreboard as the number 5 overall seed. Thompson is the number 1 overall seed and will be batting as the home team here from Corbett Field. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll hear from the head coach of the Thompson Tommies, that is Nate Solis. We'll also hear from the head coach of the Central Cass Squirrels, Dustin Maggio, ahead of our American Crystal starting lineups and more. That's all to come here on yourliveevent.com.
Halstead Telephone knows we all like choices. You can choose to have communication and data services up to 1 gigabit over a reliable state-of-the-art fiber optic network. And you can choose to have the same great services available town or country with local service and support. You can choose to have an individual service or bundle. You can choose to avoid tricky promotional pricing. You can choose unlimited data. The choice seems clear. Choose Halstead Telephone, Broadband Voice TV. 1-800-457-2125.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at RDK Enterprises, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey swatch, autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. They're open Saturdays 10 to 5. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
So we continue on our Irie Insurance pregame show here today from Corbett Field. It's the Thompson Tommies going up against the Central Cass Squirrels in the Class B semifinals. Joining us now from Thompson, head coach, that is Nate Solis. And Nate, first and foremost, congratulations again on getting back to a semifinal round appearance with this ball club. First things first, let's recap what you liked yesterday in that quarterfinal round victory against Bishop Bryan. Obviously, Reese Burbrich just jumps off the page about what he did on the mound with 4 innings and, a single, double, triple. He just missed a home run for the cycle. But what did you like overall from your club for 6 innings of baseball?
Yeah, I liked our compete level. They came out right away with a little bit of urgency, and we followed our game plan, and we played to our game plan, and they did a good job of just executing, and it started right away with Reese with a double, and then Will doing what he does lately, and staying hot with the bat and driving them in, and just getting that first run that really kind of calms everybody down and gets you a lead and get going into the top of the second. But, I just, like I said, I liked our urgency, and I just liked the compete level. We showed up, and that's what we got to do again today.
And you had some 2-out hitting early in the game, too, to make it 1-0 in the first at Welke, 2-out base knock. Then you get a 2-out RBI, 2 RBI single in the second inning. Just talk about, when you can get runners moving and scoring with 2 outs, what does that do for a baseball team?
Yeah, we didn't really run the bases very. We didn't steal, I guess, necessarily, if you want to call it that. But Braden Tice started a 2-out rally, just having a great at bat, 3-2, fighting some off, and then hitting one out into right center. And then Reese comes up and gets another hit, and then all of a sudden you got Braden up there, and he cashes in. So, and that's all with 2 outs. So that's what you're going to have in postseason time, is timely hitting. And if you don't, you can pack your bags and go home. But it was good to see that as well. And we saw it again. It was kind of like we've talked about all these past couple weeks, I guess you want to call it. 1 through 9, we really like where we're at.
You're sitting Wolfgram on the mound today. What do you just expect from him against a lineup that you've seen throughout the years, whether it's been this year up in Thompson or throughout the last couple of years, which is going to be a challenge against Central Cass?
Yeah, they're a good team, and Braden knows him well, and he's a smart kid, and he'll come out and compete. He's a gamer. He's gonna give us our best, and then defense has got to make plays behind him, and we'll put some runs and give him some support there, and let him roll after that. But that's the game plan, and like I said, he's going to come out with his best, and we know that, and we're excited to get going.
Final thing, I'm going to ask Coach Maggio this as well. What do you do for 24, 25 hours a minute after you win a quarterfinal round game? You got to sit and wait to see what happens. Obviously your last game of day number 2. So what do you do to kind of eat up some time a little bit, Solis?
Yeah, they got video games. I know that. I heard a lot of music being played and kind of just, having fun in the room. We went to the mall today, kind of had some lunch, just walked around a little bit. But we actually, the goal is to stay out of the sun and you're kind of just relaxing and just getting ready to go. And, it's nice when you come out into the lobby at 4 o'clock when you got to hit the road and everybody's kind of silent and you just know you're ready to go. But yeah, it's weird days and just trying to buy some time, and kids are creative, so it was a fun day at the mall, I guess.
Nate, as always, thanks so much for your time, and best of luck here against Central Cass.
Thanks, Chase.
And again, Nate Solis, the coach of the Thompson Tommies. We're back on our Irie Insurance pregame show after this, as we'll hear from Desamaggio from Central Cass.
Did you know that there are several different types of crop hail insurance policies? Hi, this is Bethany Rentz, crop insurance agent with Irie Insurance. We at Irie Insurance want to help you select a hail policy that will best protect your crops and bottom line from a hailstorm. Give us a call today to schedule a time to meet with an Irie Insurance agent. For our contact information, go to our website at irieins.com.
You're protected and appreciated at Irie.
Irie Insurance is an equal opportunity provider.
As we continue here on our Irie Insurance pregame show between the Central Cass Squirrels and alongside the Thompson Tommies, joining us now from Central Cass. That is Dustin Maggio. And Dustin, before we get to tonight's game against Thompson, and you saw them earlier this season in a triangular up in Thompson. Let's recap what happened last night. Eli Boer with the solo home run in the fourth, and then obviously Jackson's performance on the mound, able to go a complete game, just one hit, 3 over the minimum that he went up against. Let's talk about the pitching first. How impressive was Jackson on the mound?
Jackson was unbelievable. His last couple starts, he's been really solid for us, and it's fun to watch when he's on because he's throwing the ball over the plate. If guys are hitting it, our defense is working. The pace is really good, and that keeps our defense in it. He throws the pitch, Braden catches it, Braden throws it back. I mean, he keeps his rhythm, and it's fun to watch.
And the one thing, too, Eli Boer hits his second home run of the season. Talking with him last night after the game got done, the post game, I asked him, did you think you got all of it? He said, well, I was waiting on a pitch that he threw me the first time and made good contact, but he didn't even think it was going to be out of the park. And when you saw that in that kind of a game, what did that do for your team, to get that lead in the fourth inning?
I would say it's surprising, and it surprised a lot of people, but I mean, he hit the ball hard a few times yesterday, and had a couple of our hits. And he said he was seeing the ball really well, and I don't think he didn't see that go out, because when he rounded first, he turned back and he had the one finger up because he thought he had a double. He stopped at second, and I said keep going, and the ump told him it went out, keep going. And then you could see the emotion of everybody. I mean, we hit balls hard last night, and a lot of them, their defense was good. I mean, they caught the ball, they fielded the ball, and they threw the ball. And that's what we did, too. So 2 good teams playing. I was happy for Eli.
You played Thompson a number of times here throughout the years on the eastern side of the state. Played them earlier this season in Thompson. You got to see what they were able to do yesterday in their win as well against Bishop Ryan. What's just going to be a challenge here going up against the Coach Solis, Thompson Tommy squad?
Not to get down on ourselves if something, if they get a base hit or a couple of hits or something, they score a run or two. They're going to hit the ball, and our defense has to be ready. We have to field the ball and play well on defense, and if we do that, we'll be okay. I mean, we do the basic things. You just play baseball. They're a good team. They're going to hit the ball. We just have to be ready.
And the one thing that I'm sure you get asked a ton, what do you do in Minot, North Dakota from a quarterfinal to a semifinal round day? So what was kind of the mantra with when you guys knew that, okay, take care of business, you're the last game out of here, around 8:30 when you're maybe able to get on the bus and kind of get back to hotel room. So what did you do for about 24 hours before you finally got back to playing here at Corbett Field?
Well, I told them they could sleep in this morning. I said, if you want to go to breakfast, go ahead. We went and ate together as a team for lunch, and just hung out for a couple hours, and then we hit the batting cage, and then we came here, and that was our day. I mean, it was a relaxing day. Nobody was too overly excited or up or down or anything, and we hit in the cage and came here, and here we are.
Dustin, thanks so much for your time, and best of luck against the Tommies.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
That again, Dustin Maggio, head coach of the Central Cass Squirrels. We'll continue on our Irie Insurance pregame show after this from Minot.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com. There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you need on your next road trip. Food, fuel, fun, and family-friendly activities. Stop by and fill up your tank or grab a bite to eat. Have a blast at Goose River Golf Club, the swimming pool, or one of our beautiful parks. There's even ice skating and cross-country skiing. Take in the sights or stay the night so you don't miss a thing. Experience Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
Hi, I'm Ernie Struby, president of the Goose River Bank, and I would like to know your story. Our lives and our businesses are comprised of events. We have all had our failures and successes, and these events define our character. If your character includes values like trustworthy, respectful, honest, and responsible, then your story matches well with ours, and we would consider it a privilege to be your financial partner. At the Goose River Bank, we believe that a strong bank builds strong communities. The Goose River Bank, member FDIC.
As we continue here on our IU Insurance pregame show, let's take a look at what happened earlier this season. Central Cass came to Thompson for a triangular with the Tommies, Langdon area, Edmore, Munich, and themselves. And 3 of those 4 teams were entering today in the semifinals. Langdon area, Edmore, Munich lost to Lemoore Litchfield Marion 12-8. So the loser of this game will play the Cardinals. Thompson lost to Langdon area, Edmore, Munich. They didn't go with one of their better pitchers, but they lost 10-0. On the opposite side, they defeated Central Cass 6-5. The Squirrels lost to both Thompson and Langdon area Edmore Munich by a final of 6-5. So just something to keep in mind from earlier this season. Those games played back on May the 5th, so nearly a month ago to the date of where we are right now. As the umpires are coming on here, Dean Wencheski is going to be calling balls and strikes, the Minot High Magi, a boys basketball coach. And that does it for our Irie Insurance pregame show. For all of your insurance requests, visit Irie Insurance online at irieins.com. From personal, business, from farm, whatever you need, contact the fine folks at Irie Insurance online at irieins.com. The Central Cass Squirrels at 13-6 on the season. The Thompson Tommies at 20-3. We've had some. It was hot earlier in the day, kind of like it was yesterday. Then midway through that Langdon area, Edmore Munich, Lemoore Litchfield Marion game, mostly overcast with spotty showers throughout the region. And right now the sun is trying to make its way through some clouds. It's in the upper 70s, which feels a little bit chilly compared to what we had throughout the week. But 78 degrees, the sun's coming in, the lights are on. 410 to straightaway center, 356 in the alleys, and 316 down either line. That does it for our Irie Insurance pregame show. We come back after this. It's our American Crystal Sugar starting lineups, and then the first pitch between Central Cass and Thompson on your liveevent.com.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
Dirt turning, hearts pumping, motors roaring. It's nonstop racing action Thursday nights at the Norman County Raceway and Friday nights at the Red River Valley Speedway. Featuring the fastest drivers around. Don't miss a lap. Fuel burning, dirt turning all summer long. For more information, visit ncraceway.com and redrivervalleyspeedway.com. The action never stops. Thursday night racing at the Norman County Raceway and Friday night racing at the Red River Valley Speedway.
Let's get to our American Crystal Sugar startups. American Crystal Sugar Company, live the sweet life, grower owned, locally owned, that is. Again, go to crystalsugar.com. That, again, is crystalsugar.com. I'm Chase Miller with you here from Corbett Field. We will have the conclusion tomorrow for both of these teams, win or lose here today in the third place and the championship as well. So, again, make sure you tune in to tomorrow's coverage here on yourliveevent.com to find out who is going to be playing who for the final day of the 2023 North Dakota State Class B Baseball Tournament. Starting at a leadoff batter here for the Central Cass Squirrels is going to be Logan Brunton, the junior left fielder. Went 0 for 4 yesterday at the plate, but a guy that's been able to play really well in left field for Coach Maggio. Sam Covervig, the senior second baseman, had 3 walks yesterday at the plate against North Star in their 1-0 win. Brandon Mitchell, the junior pitcher, will be batting third. Then Carter Maggio, the cleanup batter, batting fourth. Carter Maggio with 2 home runs on the season. Carter Dakota, the junior center fielder, batting fifth. Eli Boer hit his second home run of the season and was the only run that mattered and counted in Central Cass's win over North Star. Joe Shoemaker, the senior designated hitter. Cole Holzer, the junior first baseman. Mason Bussey, the senior right fielder. And then Jackson Parker, who pitched a gem of a contest, a complete game, 89 pitches, 1 hit, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts, and went against 3 over the minimum. And that, again, is your starting lineup. So Central Cass will go Broughton, Convervig, Mitchell, Maggio, Vercoda, Boer, Shoemaker, Holzer, Bussey, and Jackson Parker. In the field for the Thompson Tommies, left to right in the outfield, Muse, Gibson, and O'Hearn. Around the diamond, it's Tice at third, Schumacher at shortstop, Overby at second base, and then Odenbach at first with Berberich behind home plate. Braden Wolfgram is taking the mound. Welke, the DH, and Nate Solis, the head coach here for the Thompson Tommies. So that, again, is a look around the diamond, and that does it for our American Crystal Sugar Company. Go to crystalsugar.com. Dean Winchesky calling balls and strikes here at Corbett Field as we get you set for this game between the Squirrels and the Tommies here on yourliveevent.com. Very much looking forward to this contest. 2 East Region teams. Now it's just a matter of which region's going to bring home the title. Region 3, Lemoore Litchfield is into the championship. Will they go up against a Region 1 foe in Central Cass or a Region 2 opponent in the Thompson Tommies? As Logan Broughton comes on, righty-righty matchup against Mr. Wolfgram here as Braden toes the rubber. First pitch underway here. Going to be missing for a ball, and first pitch is officially at 7:41 here on yourliveevent.com from Corbett Field. Here's the 1-0 offering. That'll miss low for a dirt. Now it's going to be 2-0. Both of these teams have had success here this season when it comes to high school athletics. The 2-0 offering on the way. That'll miss up and in now. 3-0 for Coach Lamar for the girls wrestling and also boys, and the athletic director for Central Cass, and the same thing for Brady Schwab at Thompson. They've had a fun season from an athletic point of view. We'll get to that throughout the broadcast as well. This one pumped in there for a strike, now at 3-1. The 3-1 pitch from Wolfgram. It's hit in the air. That's going to go to left center field and might split the gap. The center fielder Gibson goes down to a knee and does a great job holding it to a single here. It's a rope of a hit for Logan Broughton. Gets his first hit of the tournament, but a great play in left center field by Gibson, able to slide a little bit and then keep it going on this turf with him to lead it just to a single here for Logan Broughton. So leadoff single here for the Central Cass Squirrels as Sam Convervig will come up. And Convervig, 3 walks, did have a pop out to the pitcher trying to bunt in a similar situation in the contest yesterday against North Star. Here's the pitch upcoming. That'll be in there for a strike. Now it'll be 0-1. As you have the first baseman in Odenbach holding on the runner in Logan Broughton, who takes his lead. Broughton does have wheels. He can try to get in the scoring position. Pick play, not going to be back in time, and we'll do it all over again. Make sure you stay tuned later on our post-game show as we'll hear from a victorious player or two, possibly the coach as well. We're able to hear from a couple of players yesterday. This one goes a CNI single right up the middle and over second base. But a 3-hopper here by Sam Convervig, back-to-back singles to start this game off. And the Central Cass Squirrels are in business right off the bat here in the top of the first inning. So far, 7 pitches thrown, 2 hits on the way from Broughton and Convervig, and now it's Braden Mitchell. Mitchell, the junior pitcher, a chance to help his own cause here on the rubber. Braden Mitchell, part of the 11 home runs this season hit for the Central Cass Squirrels total. Daylight play at second base as Schumacher was able to come back, diving in safely, was Logan Broughton. It's the State Class B semifinals on yourliveevent.com. Once the Beulah Miners and Mayport CG Patriots game goes final, we'll let you know who the Thompson Tommies will have to contend with on the softball side of things tomorrow late afternoon from South Hill Complex. About a 5-minute drive or so here from Corbett Field. They had the lightning delay about a handful of minutes earlier before it got to Corbett Field in that third contest here on the baseball field. The pitch This one will get and be a hit batter as Mitchell will take first. Bases full of squirrels here. Logan Broughton goes to third, Convervig to second, and Mitchell stands at first base as Nate Solis wants to talk it over here with Braden Wolfgram on the mound. For the Central Cass Squirrels, they were able to get by the quarterfinals, where in the last 2 seasons they lost to Renville County and Jamestown, and last year they lost 2-0 to Deluxe Burlington, and all of a sudden they get to the quarterfinals, able to surpass that, now make the semis. It's the first time since Central Cass won the state championship in 2013 that the Central Cass Squirrels have made it to the semifinals. While on the opposite side for the Thompson Tommies, they are no strangers to this semifinal round, and even the state championship as well, being the defending champs until someone knocks them off. Bases loaded here as Carter Maggio will take a strike. Now it'll be 0-1 to Carter Maggio. So a chance here for Central Cass, where they didn't have many chances yesterday against Zach Jordy on the mound for North Star, who went in that contest, able to go 5 1/3 innings and limit the Squirrels to just 2 hits. Breaking ball, got him out front. It's now going to be 0-2. Really nice looking pitch here on the way from Wolfgram, pulling the string. As it snowballs, 2 strikes on the way with Broughton at third, Convervig at second, and Mitchell stands at first base. Here's the 0-2. They're going to go back to third on a little pick as Broughton took a step or two down the line, and Tice at third base trying to keep him close. The same as well. We did see in that Langdon area Emor Munich game with Lamar Lichimarian a suicide squeeze earlier that did work, as this one is fouled back. It will now be 0-2. Yesterday, the Thompson Tommies 10-run ruled Bishop Ryan 11-1, able to finish them off in the 6th inning. Well, Central Cass, it was just a good old-fashioned pitcher's duel to get them to the semifinals. As taking time now is Carter Maggio. Region 1 versus Region 2 here. 1, 2, 3, and 4 all advance to semifinals again here today. The 0-2 pitch is a high fly ball that's hit to left field. Muse comes in, slides to make the catch. Here's the relay, going to hit the cutoff man. It'll be a sacrifice fly, and the Central Cass Squirrels take the first lead of the contest. So 1 down now, and doing his job at the plate was Carter Maggio again, able to get that one up in the air, and the wind plane maybe batted it down a little bit as it's blowing in from left field to Scotia. And that makes it an early 1-0 contest here for Central Cass. So sacrifice fly on the way. Coming in to score is Logan Broughton. Everybody else stays put. And here's the first pitch on the way to Carter Verkota. Verkota sees this one, and he'll take a strike. Run is earned, and now it's about minimizing the damage for Wolfgram. While for Central Cass, it's about putting up a crooked number and getting out to an early lead here in the top of the first. Verkota sees this one missing low at 0. Now make it at 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch on the way here to Verkota. Foul back, and now we'll make it 1-2. Runner at second, Convervig, Mitchell at first. So far, Central Cass able to score a run off of a single by Broughton, and then a CNI single up the middle by Convervig. Braden Mitchell was hit on a first pitch and a sacrifice fly with Carter Maggio. 1 ball, 2 strikes with Wolfgram, looking into Berberich. And the 1-2 offering upcoming to Verkota. Swung on and a high heater for a strikeout, and that's out number 2. So a big punch out there for Wolfgram, now 1 out away, but coming up to the plate is Eli Boer, who yesterday was able to go 2 for 3 from the plate with a single and a home run. He had 2 of the 4 Central Cass hits yesterday against North Star. Wolfgram looks back the runner at second. The pitch in there for a strike, running fastball at 0-1. Currently for Wolfgram right now up to 16 pitches here in this first inning. Now make it 17 with that pitch. 0-1 offering, righty-righty matchup to Eli as Wolfgram looks in. Off-speed pitch out of the zone now, 1 ball and 1 strike. Thompson will be coming to bat for the first time tonight in the bottom half of the first inning. As Wolfgram looks in, works from the stretch. And the 1-1 offering. This will be a one hopper that goes into the mid of Burbridge behind the plate. Now it's going to be 2-1. Burbridge threw 46 pitches against Bishop Ryan yesterday, and Odenbach threw 24. The 2-1 offering is going to be fouled behind the Central Cast dugout. Now 2-2. So Burbridge with those 46 pitches is unable to pitch here today. Can return, however, to the contest tomorrow. Odenbach, he can throw here today. 135 is your total for the tournament, but once you throw 0 to 45, you can come back after no days rest. But once you go over that 45 pitch count, you have to take a day off in between. Here's the 2-2. Just out of the zone. Now we'll work the count full to 3-2. Second 3-ball count here so far for Wolfgram on the mound. The first one came to Logan Broughton, who was able to draw a 3-1 count before hitting a single. Off speed, strike 3, looking to minimize the damage and the side here in the top of the first. Nice pitch there by Wolfgram as we go to the bottom of the first inning. Central Cass scores 1 run. There was 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. On our Irie Insurance scoreboard, it's Central Cass up by 1. The Thompson Tommies coming to the plate.
Honesty, loyalty, integrity. At Bank North, we've remained true to these values for generations. They shape the way we do business, work with customers, and support our communities. We've been here for more than a century, helping people grow farms and businesses, finance homes, and pursue their dreams. It's values-based banking, and it's all about working together to strengthen the common threads that bind us together. Bank North, always true.
There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
As we come back here on YourLiveEvent.com, it's the Thompson Tommies. A final on the baseball side. Beulah defeats Mayport CG 4-2. So the Beulah Miners will go up against the Thompson Tommies tomorrow in softball after the Miners defeat Mayport CG 4-2. So again, 4-2 Beulah, which makes the softball day 2 all wrapped up and completed. Beulah against Thompson for first. And then Mayport CG will go up against the Kindred Richland Vikings for third. Hillsborough Central Valley will play for fifth as they will go up against Renville County. Here's the first pitch on the way for Mitchell as this one goes off the glove of Parker behind the plate. Reese Burbridge, Brayden Wolfgram, and Thomas Schumacher, the top third of the lineup here for American Crystal Sugar starting lineups for the Thompson Tommies. Here's the 1-0. This will be low, now 2-0. Batting cleanup is the DH, William Welke. Brody Gibson batting fifth with Drew Overby batting sixth for the junior second baseman. The 2-0 offering in there for a strike at the knee, now 2-1. Jonathan Muse batting seventh, Sean O'Hearn eighth, and Braden Tice batting ninth with Odenbach playing first base. The 2-1 pitch is going to be laced to center field, but coming on there is Dakota. Takes a couple of steps for the opening out here at the plate for the Thompson Tommies. Broughton in left for Dakota, as we mentioned, in center with Bussey in right. First base is Holzer, Covervig at second with Maggio at short, Boer at third base, and Parker behind the plate. Shoemaker is the DH. That one in there for a strike now to Brayden Wolfgram. Pitcher versus pitcher here. Here's the 0-1 offering, righty-righty matchup. Breaking ball's going to be hit on the ground to the second baseman, Covervig. Covervig takes a couple of steps to his left and throws it to Holzer 4-3 on the putout. Now there's 2 down. As Schumacher will step up to the plate for the shortstop sophomore, batting third here for the Thompson Tommies. As Mitchell winds and delivers. Breaking ball in the dirt at 1-0. For pitch count yesterday, Jackson Parker, 89 pitches for 7 innings of work, was the only pitcher Central Cast used in their 7-inning win over North Star. As this one misses for a ball, now 2-0 on the opposite side for the Thompson Tommies. They were able to get up out and early against the Bishop Ryan Lions with a run in the first, 2 in the second. Really blew the door open up in the fourth inning with 4 runs across, and then able to get 4 runs in the 6th to finally finish the Bishop Ryan Lions off. Here's the 2-1 offering on the way from Braden Mitchell. Swung on and missed. And that'll be 2-2 in that game. Berberich 4 hits, a run driven in. Wolfgram with 2 RBI. Welke with 2 as well for the Thompson Tommies. Here's the 2-2 offering from Mitchell. Is taking a time at the plate will be Thomas as he will come out. Central Casts in their white uniforms, white tops, white bottoms with Central Casts in red in the front alongside the red numerals here. Thompson in their black tops with gray pants with green numerals outlined in white. The 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 looking, 3 up, 3 down, and Mitchell gets his first punch out of the evening as we have 1 complete on our Irie scoreboard here at Central Cass. Leads it by 1 with the Squirrels coming to the plate.
At Cass County Mutual Insurance Company, they provide services to homeowners, farm owners, tenants, seasonal dwellings, mobile homes, and farm and personal liability. Cass County Mutual Insurance provides local service to all policyholders and is working with clients in 19 counties in the southeast portion of North Dakota. For more information about Cass County Mutual Insurance Company or to find an agent closest to you, go online to CassCountyMutualInsuranceCompany.com and use their agent locator.
Top of the 2nd inning we go. Central Cass and the Thompson Tommies here on YourLiveEvent.com. As the Thompson Tommies and Central Cass Squirrels, they've had really good just athletic seasons from top to bottom, as the bottom part of the lineup here for Central Cass will be coming up to the plate. 7, 8, and 9 batters. Joe Shoemaker, Holzer, and Bussey. For the Central Cass Squirrels, runner-up on the state football against Velva Drake and a Moose. Winners in both the boys basketball and girls basketball championship, as this one's going to be hit deep into the hole. Schumacher with the glove. Oh, what a throw. That's a big league play at shortstop. Schumacher robs a hit from Shoemaker. That's a tongue twister. 1 down here in the top of the 2nd inning. 6-3 on the putout, and this turf is still a little bit wet from what we saw with the rain coming down. You can kind of slide and use it to your momentum, and Schumacher is able to do that perfectly. First pitch on the way here to Holzer's a strike from Wolfgram, now 0-1. As Wolfgram, he gets the ball right back. The 0-1 pitch in there for a strike at 0-2. These two teams met on the girls' side for the state basketball championship not too far from here at the Monett State Dome. That'll miss, now 1-2. Central Cass came out on top. Squirrels with a girls track and field co-champs. And then girls wrestling dual runner-up as well here for Central Cass. That one misses low. Now 2-2 on the way to Holzer. This is going to be hit. 2-hopper. That's gloved by Overby. Has to make a step to his left. 4-3 on the putout. And there's 2 down. For the Thompson Tommies at state this season on the team side, volleyball took 3rd place. They played a classic game against Kenmare Bowbells, which really neither team deserved to lose. It went all 5. Girls basketball, again, as we mentioned, runner-up, and then boys basketball taking 5th place at state. This one in there for a strike to Mason Bussey, the senior right fielder. The 0-1 pitch. Hit on the ground, breaking ball. Schumacher will come in, fire and throw, 6-3 on the putout, and there's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Wolfgram here and the Thompson Tommies. An inning and a half complete from Corbett Field in Minot, North Dakota. The Thompson Tommies down by 1, coming to the plate on YourLiveEvent.com.
Central Cass School's mission is to foster student excellence in cooperation with family and community, and to provide educational opportunities in a safe and caring environment. Thank you to everyone who has helped make this mission a reality. The new STEM Center, Theater, Music Wing, Early Childhood Center, Wellness Center, and Athletic Complex will help set students up for success in school and life after graduation. They wish everyone at Central Cass good luck this year with academics and activities as you grow in the new space and move forward with excellence.
Hi, I'm Ernie Struby, president of the Goose River Bank, and I would like to know your story. Our lives and our businesses are comprised of events. We have all had our failures and successes, and these events define our character. If your character includes values like trustworthy, respectful, honest, and responsible, then your story matches well with ours, and we would consider it a privilege to be your financial partner. At the Goose River Bank, we believe that a strong bank builds strong communities. The Goose River Bank, member FDIC.
Bottom of the second, we go here for the Thompson Tommies. William Welke, Brody Gibson, and Drew Overby here for the Thompson Tommies. The pitch. That one will miss out of the zone to Welke. William Welke was able to drive in a 2 RBI single for the first run of the game against Bishop Bryan yesterday in the bottom of the first inning. This one in there for a strike at the knee to Mitchell, now 1-1. Berberich, a line drive to center, then a ground out to Convervig, and a strikeout looking was the first inning for Mitchell on the mound. This one foul tipped off of Parker behind the plate. Now it's 1-2. One thing I do enjoy about these two teams, and particularly their pitching staffs, they don't waste any time. They get the ball on the mound and they are ready to fire once they get their sign from their catcher. Here's the 1-2 offering. That'll be in the turf here at 2-2. Again, all turfed, except once you go down the lines, then you actually do have a little bit of some actual dirt, as this one is going to be in the turf. Blocked, though, by Parker, swung on and missed. They get the strikeout. That's his second consecutive strikeout here for Braden Mitchell. I'll go 2-3 on the putout, and there's one down. Brody Gibson will step up to the plate, the center fielder junior here for the Thompson Tommies. And there still is some standing water in those particular spots around the outfield here. But in terms of the playing conditions, right behind home plate to the infield to the outfield, it is all turf at Corbett Field. This one misses to Gibson. Now it'll be 1-0. Thompson wearing those slick silver batting helmets. 1-0 pitch. Fastball in there for a strike at 1-1. Here's the 1-1 offering from Mitchell. It's going to be hit on the ground. This will be difficult play at third for Boer. Sees it and able to fire it as he had to kind of play that third hop, which was an in-betweener. Played it nicely, 5-3 on the putout, and there's two down as Drew Overby will step up to the plate. And going back here as well for Mitchell, he was able to come on for the Central Cass Squirrels against the Kindred Richland Vikings in their championship. 6 innings of work, 2 hits, 6 walks, and 9 strikeouts against Kindred Richland in that Region 1 title, as he eventually ended up picking up the win as the Squirrels able to break the game open in the 7th inning. This one foul back to Overby as it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike on the way. The pitch, that'll miss low at 1-1. Central Cass, the number 5 seed. They played a couple of non-region games this season, the 1-1. That'll be in there for a strike at 1-2 on the breaking ball. Those games were in Thompson for the triangular with Langdon area and Moore Munich and the Thompson Tommies. They lost both of them, but by 6-5 scores. The 1-2 pitch, that'll just miss the outer part of the plate. Now 2-2. Thompson played the most state tournament teams coming in as they were 3-1 against the state tournament field. The 2-2. That'll miss, and now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. This will be the first 3-ball count that Thompson has issued against Mitchell on the mound. Pitch number 25 upcoming here for Braden on the bump. The 3-2 offering. Swung on and foul tipped into the glove of Parker and held on there for the strikeout. 6 batters up, 3 strikeouts, and the Central Cass Squirrels will be coming up to the plates, leading it by 1 on yourliveevent.com.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey, Swatch, autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. They're open Saturdays 10 to 5. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
Top of the 3rd inning on our Irie Insurance scoreboard. 1-0 in favor of the Central Cass Squirrels over the Thompson Tommies. Make sure you stay tuned a little bit later on once we get to our post-game show. If you missed any of our coverage yesterday, we were able to talk with Reese Berberich and the Thompson Tommies win over Bishop Bryan, and then in the Central Cass game, able to hear from Jackson Parker and alongside Eli Boer in their win over the North Star Bearcats. If you missed any of our coverage of the state softball or baseball tournament, you can check it out on demand on yourliveevent.com or simply go to our YouTube page and hit subscribe by searching Your Live Event. As we go to the top of the third, second time through the lineup here for Central Cass, as this will be a breaking ball. That'll miss to Logan Broughton. Logan, the only run of the game so far after a sacrifice fly by Carter Maggio in the top of the first inning. Here's the 1-0. And then be fouled up the third base line, now 1-1. So first time through the order against Braden Wolfgram. 2 innings, 2 hits, a run that was earned, a walk that was a hit by pitch, and 2 strikeouts. It's going to be popped up and playable in the infield. Odenbach's going to call everybody off at first base, and he makes the out. 3 pitches, and Logan Broughton is retired. Sam Covervig will dig in now for the Central Cass Squirrels. Covervig able to hit that single right back up the middle, move Logan Broughton to second. And eventually will come in to score for Central Cass. Lamar Licho-Marion awaits the winner of this game, Anthony Hansen. He will be done with pitches. Nitschke able to throw 96 in their win. 2 days ago, a complete game win for Lamar Licho-Marion, so there will be a couple arms that will not be able there for whoever is able to get and play the Lobos. Here's the 0-1 offering to Covervig. Breaking ball, got him out front, and this one might be dangerous, though. The center fielder comes in and sees it one hop in front of him, and Gibson again got Covervig out in front, but he was able just to place it about, put a 5x5 board out there, and he split it right down the middle with Schumacher and Gibson giving chase, and Sam Covervig has a second base knock of the contest. As now you'll have Mitchell coming up to the plate. Mitchell with a hit by pitch his last time up. 3 hits so far, 1 by Broughton and 2 by Covervig here for Central Cass. 1 down, holding the runner at first is Odenbach. Wolfgram looks back not once but twice, and the pitch. This is a fly ball to right center field. Coming out is going to be, oh, what a sensational catch by the center fielder, Gibson. Gibson had to come all the way down, able to stretch, make the catch for the second out of the inning. Nice play by Gibson. We saw him leave with Logan Broughton with just a single on the first, and now this time he ranges to his left and kind of gives a little Superman catch as well. He is all over this turf today, is Mr. Gibson. 2 down now with Carter Maggio at the plate. And the offering. This is fouled up the first base line at 0-1. Softball tomorrow morning begins for the 7th place game at 10 o'clock, while the 7th place game for baseball will be between Shiloh Christian and alongside Bishop Bryan at 11:30 in the morning. The 0-1 offering, breaking ball, hit on the ground. That's a 3-hopper to Tice. Tice will go to first base. Odenbach is there for the stretch. 5-3 on the putout. No runs after a 1-out single by Covervig. No errors and 1 runner left on base. 2.5 complete on our Irie Insurance scoreboard. We go to the bottom of the third inning where the Thompson Tommies will be looking for their first run of the contest next on yourliveevent.com.
Halstead Telephone knows we all like choices. You can choose to have communication and data services up to 1 gigabit over a reliable state-of-the-art fiber optic network. And you can choose to have the same great services available town or country with local service and support. You can choose to have an individual service or bundle. You can choose to avoid tricky promotional pricing. You can choose unlimited data. The choice seems clear. Choose Halstead Telephone, broadband voice TV. 1-800-457-2125.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you want in a hometown. Business opportunities, great jobs, and a top-notch school. Shovel-ready lots for your next idea. Great jobs in manufacturing, healthcare, and agriculture. An excellent education for your kids with small class sizes and lots of school spirit. Plus easy access to I-29 and the conveniences of North Dakota's largest cities. Build your future in Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
Coming up, we'll get to our Bank North in-game update as we go to the bottom of the third inning. The Thompson Tommies 6 up and 6 down so far against Braden Mitchell, and only 1 hit has been able to leave the infield after a line drive to Dakota. This one is going to be popped up, and who's going to call for it? Maggio will cut across and into shallow center field. One pitch, one down. Jonathan Muse is retired. One down here in the bottom of the third is Sean O'Hearn. Bottom of the lineup again, 7, 8, 9 batters here for the Thompson Tommies in the third inning, with Braden Tice coming up next here for Thompson, and back to the top of the lineup. Tommies looking for their first hit against Mitchell, as this one will be low in the dirt now at 1-0. The senior right fielder, Sean O'Hearn, here for Thompson. Righty on the matchup, and the 1-0 pitch. That's going to be scalded. One hopper right back to the pitcher in Mitchell. Underhands it over to Holzer. That'll be 1-3. And there's been 3 pitches, 2 outs here for Mitchell on the mound. Braden Tice will be coming up to the plate. And after Parker again pitched an absolute gem in the quarterfinals, it allowed Central Cass to have everybody available, as this one will be in there for a strike at 0-1. You still have Stagg, you still have Cates also with them as well. Carter Maggio. Here's the 0-1 offering. That'll be in the dirt, missing. Now 1-1. This might be one of those games for Coach Dustin Maggio and the Central Cass Squirrels where you say, Braden, take us as far as you can go with the pitch count that you have limited. And so far, for Thompson in this inning, they're helping. It's going to be 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tice swung on and missed on the fastball. Mitchell looking for his 4th strikeout of the evening. The pitch. That'll miss for a ball, and now it'll be 2-2. Back to the top of the lineup with Reese Burbridge. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with nobody on here in the bottom of the third. Breaking ball, foul back. Here at Corbett Field, they got a little overhang. And this field has been around for nearly a century now, as they've added the turf about 4 years ago. They made some modifications and adjustments. You have a Northwoods League team now in mind at their first year. Here's the 2-2 offering. Foul back again, a good at-bat here by Braden Tice. Fouling off a couple pitches for the Central Cass Squirrels. They will be sending Dakota, Boer, and Shoemaker. 5, 6, and 7. The 2-2. Swung on and missed, and Mitchell gets his 4th strikeout. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. 3 complete here. We'll get to our Bank North in-game update next on your liveevent.com.
Spring is here, and the scenery while driving down the road will soon be filled with farm machinery planting this year's crop. Hi, this is Bethany Rentz, crop insurance agent with Irie Insurance. As fieldwork begins, we want to remind you to take extra caution when approaching large, slow-moving machinery traveling down the road. A successful crop year is one that is accident-free. Irie Insurance offers all lines of insurance, and we would love the opportunity to visit with you. For our contact information, please visit our website at irieins.com.
You're protected and appreciated at Irie.
Irie Insurance is an equal opportunity provider.
Team at Maple River Grain and Agronomy wishes the best of luck to the players in today's game. Maple River Grain and Agronomy is proudly serving producers, accessing markets, and building relationships in eastern North Dakota and western Minnesota. They offer a variety of grain marketing and agronomy solutions. See the latest updates by following MRGA on social media. They're active on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Check out the website at mrga.com to learn more about Maple River Grain and Agronomy and how they can serve you and your operation.
Let's get to our Bank North in-game update here on yourliveevent.com. Visit iBank North, member FDIC, and proud supporter of their communities. Again, that's ibanknorth.com. So far for Central Cass, 1 run off a sacrifice fly by Carter Maggio that played in Logan Broughton. That's been the difference maker. 1 run, 3 hits. They have yet to commit an error, and 3 runners left on base. For Thompson, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. That is our in-game update, and pretty quick one when you just have a 1-0 contest, brought to you in part by our friends at Bank North. And check out their mobile app as well. Again, search for Bank North. This one in there for a strike to Dakota. The 0-1 offering. Fastball again. Now 0-2. Dakota struck out his last time up. And the one thing again with Wolfgram, he gets the ball. He's on the rubber, and he is ready to throw. Here's the 0-2 offering after Dakota steps out. Foul back. And for some people, they might call it quick pitching. If you're Wolfgram, you're saying, hey, I just have been able to find my rhythm. I like what I'm doing. I look in, get the sign, give a little head nod, and try to execute a pitch. The 0-2 offering. Got him on a breaking ball, and Wolfgram gets his 3rd strikeout. Second one over Dakota, and there's 1 down here in the top of the 4th. Got Dakota out in front on that one with the toe to heel action on the back foot as Eli Boer struck out looking his last time up. And then Joe Shoemaker will be coming up to the plate. Here's the pitch. Off speed, swung on and missed by Eli. Now 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out, and the offering. That'll be in there for a strike at 0-2. So you have Wolfgram right now ahead in the count again. No balls, 2 strikes as he was to Dakota. 0-2, that'll miss low. Now it'll be 1-2. So far through 10 innings of play for Central Cass, they have scored 2 runs, but yet they're in the semifinals. So this one is foul back. It'll be now 1-2. Well, for the Thompson Tommies, 11 runs through 6 innings yesterday. They know they will at least have to score 2 right now to win this contest as the Canadian Pacific Railway is making its way through the Magic City. 1-2 pitch. That'll be out of the zone. Now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wolfgram looks into Berberich, the 2-2 offering. Strike 3 looking, and for the second time he's got Eli on a 3rd strikeout looking. 2 down as Joe Shoemaker steps up to the plate. In the outfield, right to left, O'Hearn, Gibson, and Muse. Around the horn at 3rd to 1st is Tice Schumacher over being Odenbach, and Berberich behind the plate for head coach Nate Solis and the Thompson Tommies. 2 down here, top of the 4th inning. The 5 seed Squirrels up on the number 1 seed Thompson right now here in the top of the 4th, with the winner to play in the championship tomorrow night. This is going to be hit up the first base line, and that'll be foul. Now 0-1. Right around here, got a lot to do in Minot around Corbett Field with the Dakota Zoo that's right behind us as this one's foul back at 0-2. The State Fairgrounds not too far away as well. Let's see some big name entertainment making its way through the Magic City over the years. 2 down now as Wolfgram will be looking for his second 3 up and 3 down inning here. He's 1 strike away to Shoemaker. The 0-2. That'll miss out of the zone, now 1-2. Currently, Wolfgram has surpassed now 50 pitches as we have 1 ball and 2 strikes. As here's the 1-2 offering. That'll miss. Now 2 balls and 2 strikes for Thompson. It's the top of the lineup with Reese Berberich, 1, 2, and 3 batters going up against Mitchell. The 2-2 offering. That'll miss. Now it makes the count full at 3-2. This will be the second full count with Wolfgram. 3-2 pitch swung on and missed, and Wolfgram gets his strikes out the side here for the Thompson Tommies. 5 strikeouts now and a 3-up, 3-down inning for Wolfgram. 3.5 complete on our Irie Insurance scoreboard here as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Thompson looking for their first hit on YourLiveEvent.com.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com.
Dirt turning, hearts pumping, motors roaring. It's nonstop racing action Thursday nights at the Norman County Raceway and Friday nights at the Red River Valley Speedway. Featuring the fastest drivers around. Don't miss a lap. Fuel burning, dirt turning all summer long. For more information, visit ncraceway.com and redrivervalleyspeedway.com. The action never stops. Thursday night racing at the Norman County Raceway and Friday night racing at the Red River Valley Speedway.
Bottom of the 4th inning we go. Central Cass leads over the Thompson Tommies 1-0 on our Irie Insurance scoreboard here as it's Berberich, Wolfgram, and Schumacher here 1, 2, and 3 against Thompson as they're looking to get just somebody on base right now against the righty and Mitchell. Breaking ball, that'll miss. That'll be 1-0. 1-0 pitch on the way to Berberich. This one foul back. Now it'll be 1-1. It's just a 1-0 score, but we saw Central Cass work that with an advantage in their win against North Star yesterday. And sometimes when you're going up against a pitcher like this, maybe a hit-by pitch, just a little, excuse me, if you will, check swing that rolls up the third base line for a base knock. Just something to get Mitchell out of rhythm is what Thompson is looking for. As this one is going to be hit in the air, and that's going to split the gap to right center field. Dakota cuts it off, then brings it back in, and there's the first hit of the ball game, and that brings up the perfect and no-hitter. Berberich gets the base knock here, and the Thompson Tommies for the first time today will have a runner on against Mitchell. Now with Braden Wolfgram, what do you do if you're Coach Nate Solis with a pretty good bat at the plate? Do you possibly put something in where you want him and allow your runner here in Berberich, again at first, to potentially get to second base on a bunt attempt here for Wolfgram? Those are always something and little things to make note of, as it's been a tough sledding again against this right-hander in Brady Mitchell. As he looks back, the runner, the pitch, looking to bunt was Wolfgram, brought the bat back, and now it's going to be 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes on the way, as for the first time today, Mitchell will have to work from the stretch. Holding a runner on at first is Holzer. Mitchell looks back, the runner, the 1-0. Breaking ball in there for a strike at 1-1. Parker behind the plate. We're at third base playing even with the bag. Then Maggio and Covervig respectively at short and second. Here's the 1-1 offering from Mitchell. Bunted. This will be fielded by Mitchell. Looks the runner at second, but he gets the sure one at first. A couple of feet in front of Mitchell as he had to come off the rubber there, but they do move the runner into scoring position on a sacrifice bunt. So Wolfgram does his job, and now Berberich stands in scoring position as Thomas Schumacher will step up to the plate, and Sam Covervig and Reese Berberich having a little conversation out at second base right now. So righty-righty matchup here for Thomas in the contest against Bishop Ryan yesterday. Thomas was able to go 1 of 4 with a run driven in. So far today, a strikeout looking back to end the first inning. First pitch swinging, he hits one in the air deep to left field. Broughton goes back and able to make the catch. That's been about the hardest hit outside of Berberich's base knock to right center. Got underneath it, 316, and it jets to the power alleys to 356. So it'll be allowed second out, but now William Wilkie will step up to the plate. And for Mitchell, he's 1 pitch away from getting out of the fourth inning. So far, 42 pitches on 11 outs. The pitch. This one is going to be off the home plate umpire and Gene Winchesky, and this one is going to bounce all the way into the Thompson Tommy dugout. So that's going to be a ball on the way, and this will go all the way now to third for Berberich. And with Berberich hustling to third base, if that would have gone out of play and he was awarded third, all of a sudden that would have been a tie ball game at 1-1. Instead, there's just a runner 90 feet away from home plate, and that one just came across, and Dean Winchesky has to make sure he's all right. Parker as well, as that one just kind of ricocheted again right off the home plate umpire and just beelined right to the Thompson dugout behind. Not up the third base line, more almost behind home plate on the third base side. Here's the offering. That'll miss low for a ball. Now 2-0 here to Wilkie. So William, he can be patient. He can definitely look for something here in a hitter's count with the runner in Berberich at third. The 2-0 pitch is going to be swinging, and that's going to bounce off of Maggio for a single, and we're knotted at 1 apiece. Wilkie with the RBI. Berberich comes in to score. That would have been a difficult play anyway, as Maggio was almost going to where a third baseman would normally play, pulling on that one with Wilkie. Even if he gloves it, I don't know if he's able to make that throw across the diamond in time, and now it's a 1-1 contest. First base knock of the game here for the Thompson Tommies, as that's going to be a Wilkie RBI. He had the first RBI of the game against Bishop Ryan. As we're tied at 1, the pick throw, Holzer is there to apply the tag, but nothing's granted, as now it's a 1-1 contest here in the bottom of the fourth. as Brody Gibson works with a 1-0 count, and the number 5 batter of the inning and in the lineup here for the Thompson Tommies, tied at 1 in the bottom of the 4th. The 1-0 pitch as Mitchell looks back the runner. Fastball missing out of the zone, now 2-0. Logan Broughton in left for Dakota in center, and Bussey stands in right. 2 outs here, bottom of the 4th inning in a 1-1 contest that has smelt very much like the North Star Central Cass game yesterday, where it's been a battle of the pitchers with Wolfgram and Mitchell. Yesterday it was Parker, and you also had Jordy from North Star. 3 balls, no strikes on the way. Taking the entire way in there for a strike now at 3-1. Drew Overby due up next if Brody Gibson can keep the line moving here with 2 outs, as his back heel is right on the chalk on that right-handed batter's box. This will be hit and over Kovarovic's head at second base. Rounding second as Wilkie. He'll hold up there as right fielder Mason Bussey comes in front of that one. But the Thompson Tommies have something brewing here in the 4th inning. Wilkie goes to second. Gibson stands at first. That's going to be the 3rd hits of the contest. And now both teams with 1 run on 3 hits and no errors. And all of a sudden now you look up at the pitch count here for Mitchell. He's right at the even mark of 5-0. So 50 here, half 100, 2 quarters, however you want to say it. Mitchell now at 50 pitches as Drew Overby steps up to the plate. Runners at second and third, Wilkie at second, Gibson at first, and Thompson now has a chance to take their lead for the first time here this evening. Going to be hit on the ground. Eli Boer comes behind this one, tries to beat the runner at third. Does he apply the tag? He's unable to do so. Sliding underneath it is Wilkie, and the bases are loaded. Going off with 2 outs right away, William Wilkie got a really good jump on a high chopper. And is now going to second is Gibson. That's going to be Overby's able to get on board here. And all of a sudden, after it was a perfect game through 3, Mitchell, a leadoff single by Berberich, a sacrifice bunt by Wolfgram, a fly out to center by Schumacher, a single by Wilkie, a run driven in single mind you as well. Brody Gibson with a single. Now Overby stands at first base. Jonathan Muse will step up to the plate as the Thompson Tommies are knocking on the door yet one more time here in the bottom of the 4th inning. This contest started at 7:41. It's been flying by so far, not even 50 minutes into this game. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Now 0-1 to Muse. Muse popped out to short center to Maggio his last time up to begin the bottom of the 3rd inning. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. The 0-1 offering from Braden Mitchell. As he has a deep look behind the plate to Parker. Now finds what he likes, rocks and delivers. Breaking ball, got it. That was a old 12-6 Uncle Charlie on that one and froze Jonathan Muse at the plate. Parker set up and it hit his glove right where he set up behind. The 0-2 fastball fouled off. Now 0-2 again. The Central Cass Squirrels in the top of the 5th inning. 8-9-1 batters, Holzer, Bussey, and Broughton coming to the plate. The question is, will it be tied or will it be a Thompson-Tommy lead? The 0-2 offering from Mitchell. Hit on the ground to Boer. This time has enough time to step on third base to retire this side. But there was a run on 3 hits, no errors, and 3 runners left on base. New score on our Irie Insurance scoreboard here. We go to the top of the 5th inning, tied at 1 on your liveevent.com.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day 1. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at RDK Enterprises, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
This one has been good from the start here. Tied at 1 apiece between Central Cass and the Thompson Tommies, heading to the top of the 5th inning. High school baseball, 7 innings is regulation here in the state of North Dakota. Also be in there for a strike now, 0-1 to Holzer. Holzer grounded out to Overby at second his last time up in the second. The 0-1 pitch missing low for a ball at 1-1. Bussey and then Broughton here for the Central Cass Squirrels. The 1-1 offering. That'll miss low. Now 2-1. 2-1. That'll miss. Now 3-1. As right now 3 balls, 1 strike on the way as Cole Holzer looking for a free pass here against Wolfgram. 3-1 pitch in there for a strike taken on the way was Holzer, works the count full now at 3-2. Regardless here, he's taking the 6th pitch off of Wolfgram here in the at-bat without having to swing. 3-2. Well, there's the swing. This is going to be a high hopper to second baseman Overby. Does a good job taking a step back, playing that second bounce. 4-3 on the putout now. Wolfgram has retired 6 in a row. Central Cass in those white tops. Central Cass in front, outlined in black for the Thompson Tommies as they're in their black tops with the gray numerals with Thompson out in front here. And the gray pants. Here's the pitch on the way to Bussey. In there for a strike at 0-1. This is a dangerous part of the lineup. Again, with Bussey and Broughton, if they can find ways to get on base, it really sets up the rest of the lineup here. But a fastball followed by a curveball, both in there for a strike to Bussey, and Wolfgram walks and delivers. And that'll just miss. The Thompson Tommy faithful thought that was strike 3 looking. Instead, it'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch. Now 2-2. Wolfgram 5 strikeouts so far after striking out the side in the 4th. The 2-2 pitch. That'll work out of the zone at 3-2. So back-to-back full counts here for the Squirrels batters against Wolfgram in the 5th. 3-2 pitch going to be hit on the ground. 2-hopper to Schumacher there at short. The right-handed throw across the diamond and stretched out by Odenbach at first. 6-3, and there's 2 down. Logan Broughton is 1 of 2 in the single and a run scored back in the 1st inning and popped out his last time up to Odenbach to get things going in the top of the 3rd. Central Cass 1 run in the 1st, and they've been scoreless ever since. Thompson scoreless until the last half inning with that 1 run across. Here's the pitch on the way to Logan Broughton. First pitch swinging foul, then it'll be 0-1. 13-6 on the season for Central Cass. Thompson at 20-3 on the year, entering play today. 0-1 pitch in there for a strike. Good breaking ball. Good location by Wolfgram. He's been around the plate for the majority of his pitches. Now 0-2, which pitch 68 upcoming here for Wolfgram. 0-2 pitch low. Now 1-2 for the Thompson Tommies. Bottom of the 5th inning. I'll be sending 8, 9, and 1 batters to the plate. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and miss, and Wolfgram gets the strikeout. A 3-up, 3-down inning, and now 8 straight batters have been retired by Wolfgram on the mound. 4.5 complete here from Corbett Field in Minot. We're tied at 1 apiece in the state semifinals on your liveevent.com.
It's a North Dakota All-Star Gathering on your live event, as we'll have coverage of the Shields Softball All-Star Series on June 5th and 6th.
And the 1-2. Hit on the ground, is going to sneak through the middle for a base hit.
The Optimist Volleyball Series on June 12th and 13th.
This one comes Olivia Vetter, back set, blocked at the net.
Plus the Lions All-Star Basketball Series on July 10th and 11th.
Now it's with Class A. Here's Michael Nile with the windmill duck.
For more information, go to yourliveevent.com.
Good luck, Tommies, from everyone at Thompson Public Schools, where their mission is to develop lifelong learners and responsible citizens. A thank you to the students, teachers, parents, and staff that made this a great school year. And a special congratulations and good luck to the graduating class of 2023. You can find out more about the great things happening in Thompson Public Schools, plus summer camp information, 2023-2024 school year calendar dates, information, and athletic requirements. TPS-K12.org. Go Tommies!
Bottom of the fifth inning here on YourLiveEvent.com, as this contest features the number 1 seed Thompson Tommies and the number 5 seed in the Central Cass Squirrels, tied at 1 from Corbett Field, as you'll be having Sean O'Hearn, Braden Tice, and Reese Berberich. 8, 9, and 1 batters here against Braden Mitchell. 55 pitches as he starts the bottom of the fifth inning. This one will be in the turf now at 1-0. Earlier today, a win for Delax Burlington over Shiloh Christian. And then you had a win as well for the 1-0 pitch. This will be hit on the ground up the third baseline foul. That'll be 1-1. Bishop Ryan lost earlier today as well, as they fell to North Star. So the Bearcats will go up against Delax Burlington for the consolation title tomorrow. The 1-1 offering, breaking ball in the turf, now 2-1, and Shiloh Christian goes up against Bishop Ryan for the 7th place contest. 2-1 offering from Mitchell. That'll miss low at 3-1. Third place game, Langdon Area Edmore Munich awaits their opponent, and then the championship, Lemoore Litchfield Marion awaits their opponent in the title tomorrow night. 3-1 pitch is going to be hit in the air to right field. Bussey has to get on his horse, and this one will be caught by Bussey about 15 feet in front of the 356 mark in right center field. Bussey's got wheels, and he needed every ounce of that for a fly out here to the right fielder to start things off in the fifth inning, as Braden Tice, now the sophomore third baseman, will dig in. Thompson, Lemoore Litchfield Marion played last season at Newman Outdoor Field in the state title. This one's going to be bunted, and that'll be an out. They're going to say Tice was out of the batter's box here up the first base line when it hit him off the turf and bounced up. And now Nate Solis is coming on here to say from his advantage point of the third base coach's box if it hit him while he was still in the batter's box or not. So they're going to ask the umpiring crew here to come across and make sure it's either the second out on one pitch or will be an 0-1 offering upcoming here to Tice. Dean Winchesky, the head umpire here, as he will come around and talk it over again. And they're going to say, yes, he is out. So that is an out here on one pitch, and that's out number 2. Reese Berberich here, 1 of 2 today. The pitch by Mitchell. That'll miss low. Now it'll be 1-0. Taking a look at Berberich just throughout here this tournament. So far, 5 hits and 6 at-bats for Berberich, as this one is foul back. And he also has 4 runs across. It'll be 1 ball and 1 strike. If someone is putting their name in the hat without question for a tournament MVP, Berberich has at least made his name known here at the State Class B tournament for the senior catcher here in the lineup today for head coach Nate Solis and the Tommies. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here, bottom of the 5th inning. Mitchell on the mound, having just as good of a contest as Wolfgram opposing him. Here's the 1-1 offering. Breaking ball comes in, nearly hit Berberich, now 2-1. The significance of this game, outside of just trying to get to a state championship, the Squirrels haven't been there since they won it in 2013. The 2-1 pitch missing low, now at 3-1. While for the Thompson Tommies, they're trying to get there for the 6th time in 7 seasons for Thompson. If they can win this contest, get to a state title, as this one's going to be popped up and hit down the left field line, and that one will be out of play at 3-2. The Tommies, the old bridesmaid, but never the bride, during against Park River Forteville Lankin's 3 consecutive wins, but able to get over the Schneid last season against the Lobos with a win at Newman Outdoor Field, 11-7. As this will be the first free pass from Braden Mitchell, the 3-2 runs in, and that'll be a 2-out runner now for the Thompson Tommies. Brandon Wolfgram 0 for 1 with a sacrifice bunt his last time up, and now with 2 outs here. Nate Solis gives the communication as you take a look at your wristband. And there's numbers that come across from Coach Solis. That'll allow you to let you know if it's a hit and run, straight steal, bunt. This one will be in there for a strike at 0-1. We still have seen coaches from Coach Kravachka for Langdon area and more Munich and company here use just straight signs. Others have used the old, now new system of, you'll say 3-1-3, and that means something as you look on your wristband to determine what pitch it might be or what type of play you might put on at home plate. The 0-1 pitch to Wolfgram, and we're going to have a balk. Or we'll see what's happening as Burbridge will come across here, and he's going to be awarded second base. So we'll have Braden Mitchell called for a balk, so Burbridge now will be in scoring position. And now look for Braden Wolfgram. A base knock here somewhere would give Thompson a lead. 0-1 pitch, and this is going to be hit in the air. That's to right field. Bussey gets into right center, and that'll retire the side. Wolfgram gave it a ride, but unable to find turf, and that'll retire the Thompson Tommies here in the bottom of the 5th inning. As we go to the top of the 6th on our Irie Insurance scoreboard, the Squirrels coming to the plate on yourliveevent.com.
Your family farm has been adapting to challenges in the field for generations. Taupe Insurance is here to help you weather the storm when those challenges arise. Visit with Taupe Insurance today about a quote or review of your policies. Taupe Insurance offers coverage on your farm's assets, crop and hail insurance, plus home and auto, commercial and life insurance. Stop in for a visit today at their office in Castleton or give Taupe Insurance a call at 701-347-4045.
Let's get real. Get ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. The University of Minnesota Crookston offers more than 35 majors, minors, and certificates. Earn a University of Minnesota degree, where you can make a difference in a close-knit community. Faculty become friends and friends feel like family. You don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, and will get you ready for anything.
Top of the 6th inning, Thompson and Central Cass. Let's get to a Bank North in-game update here for Braden Wolfgram. 5 innings of work so far, 3 hits, a run that was earned, a walk, and 6 strikeouts for Braden Mitchell. 5 innings of work, 3 hits, a run that was earned, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. Maggio with the sacrifice fly to bring in Broughton, and Wilkie with the RBI single to bring in Burbridge. Fly by Maggio is in the first. Wilkie with the RBI single in the bottom of the 4th. And that is a Bank North in-game update. It's values-based banking with ever slowing down at Bank North. Go to ibanknorth.com as this is a 2-hopper hit to Schumacher in short. 1 pitch, 1 down, and Covervig is retired for the first time here tonight. Pair of singles, and now he is going to be the first out of the top of the 6th inning. Braden Mitchell 0 for 1 with a hit by pitch back in the first, and it just kind of feels like who can put the back-to-back hits together and bring someone around is you're going to have to be aggressive on the base pass, as neither team has bobbled the ball. Neither team has really done much that has put themselves in harm's way when it comes to the infield or outfield. Here's the 0-1. That'll be out of the zone now, 1-1 as Wolfgram's over 70 pitches now and counting. The 1-1 offering. That'll be in there at the knee for a strike at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The number 3 batter here in the Central Cass lineup. 3rd time through for the Squirrels against Wolfgram. As taking his time is Braden Mitchell at the plate as he steps out. Outfield playing straight away. The infield playing a little bit to pull here. Here's the 1-2 pitch. This is going to be scalded to right field coming in. It's going to be a 1-hopper in front of O'Hearn. It's an opposite field single here for Braden Mitchell, and the Central Cass Squirrels get their first runner on here in the 6th inning. 4th hit of the contest is now we'll have a courtesy runner coming on for Central Cass, as the Squirrels will be having a courtesy runner on at first base in Kemper Pearson. So Pearson makes his way to first base now for Central Cass, with the Brandon Mitchell being a pitcher to allow him to get ready for his next half inning of work. Carter Maggio 0 for 1 today with a sacrifice fly. First pitch swinging, got him out in front, and this one is a big league pop-up. Odenbach is there for the out at first, and that's 2 down. Carter Dakota 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, both swinging in the first and in the fourth. And now with 2 outs, we'll see if they put anybody on in motion with Pearson at first base. Outs are becoming valuable for both of these teams if one of them can win in 7. As we're in the 6th inning, this one will miss slow for a ball at 1-0. Most batters the Squirrels have sent to the plate was back in the first inning, where they sent 6, and they had back-to-back singles. They hit by a pitch, loaded the bases, but Wolfgram minimized the damage just to 1 run. Now it's 2-0. That could very well easily be, if Thompson comes back and able to win this game after trailing 1-0, that could very well easily be our Artie Canna Prizes play of the contest, when bases were loaded with no outs to just give up 1-1 from a Thompson point of view. Here's the 2-0 pitch. This is going to be smashed to center field, and it's going to 2-hop Gibson in center. Pearson will be in scoring position. Carter Dakota has his first base hit of the night. That's hit number 5 against Wolfgram, and runners will be at first and second, and the Squirrels have the go-ahead run in scoring position. Eli Boer, 0 for 2 so far here today, will dig in. He was the hero yesterday with a solo home run in the 4th. That was the only run scored against the Bearcats. Runners at first and second. Wolfgram looks back the lead runner. And now we'll try a daylight play, but not even going to throw it until the very end there. The shortstop and Schumacher. See if he can get Pearson maybe napping at second base. Dakota again at first. He'll take a good secondary lead if one can be in the gap to try to come in and score from first. The pitch swung on and frisked. Now it's going to be 0-1 to Eli Boer. The Thompson Tommies, bottom of the 6th inning, heart of the order. 3, 4, and 5 batters coming up for Thompson. Wolfgram at 79, now make it 80 pitches, as this will be swung on and missed with Eli at 0-2. Wolfgram 5 2/3 innings of work, 5 hits, a run, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. Wolfgram looks into Berberich, gives him the head nod with the 0-2 offering. Hit on the ground, that's going to go to the third baseman there, Tice. He'll take it to third by himself to retire the side. There were no runs off of 2 hits, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. 5.5 completes on our Irie Insurance scoreboard. It's the Central Cass Squirrels taking the field. The Thompson Tommies coming to the plate next on your live events.
Halstead Telephone knows we all like choices. You can choose to have communication and data services up to 1 gigabit over a reliable state-of-the-art fiber optic network. And you can choose to have the same great services available town or country with local service and support. You can choose to have an individual service or bundle. You can choose to avoid tricky promotional pricing. You can choose unlimited data. The choice seems clear. Choose Halstead Telephone, broadband voice TV. 1-800-457-2125.
Make sure you stay tuned to our post-game show as we'll get to our Artie Canna Prizes feature precision play of the game, final box and line score, and we'll hear from a victorious player, maybe even a coach as well if time allows. Last game of the day here from the State Class B baseball tournament, and also in Minot where softball wrapped up nearly about an hour ago as the Beulah Miners were able to hang on with a win over the Mayport CG Patriots. Beulah the 1 seed against unseeded Thompson. Thompson has to take down Goliath in softball, the 2 seed Renville County, the 3 seed Kinder Richland, and they would earn the championship trying to beat a 1 seed in the Beulah Miners tomorrow on the softball side. A team from the West has never won the State B softball tournament, and Thompson has never won the State B softball tournament, so someone's getting there first. First pitch swinging, speaking of first, is a line drive right to Covervig at second base, and Thomas Schumacher is out on 1 pitch. 1 down here, bottom of the 6th inning. Now William Wilkie is 1 of 2 today with an RBI. Schumacher has hit a couple of good hits, one out to center, and now this one right to Kovarovic. The pitch. That'll be in there for a strike at 0-1. The field mostly now getting shadows across, and you don't have to worry about shadows affecting home plate. That is covered with the lights on. This one is breaking ball in there for a strike at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes on the way to Wilkie. Mitchell rocks and delivers, and this one is foul. Then we'll keep it at 0-2. Corbett Field, a little batter's eye out in straightaway center field at 410 feet. Here's the 0-2 offering. That one will be in the dirt and gets away from Parker now at 1-2. 356 in both the left and right center alley, and then 316 down the right field line that faces west. The 1-2. This is going to be hit in the air for Dakota in left center field. Calls up the left fielder Broughton for the second out. Fly out. And now it'll be 2 down with Brody Gibson. And you go straight down the left field line at 316. That's pretty much facing directly south. So as the sun makes its way across the diamond, the lights have been on since we've had that rainstorm. It's been overcast skies, but now it's looking to be a pretty picturesque kind of night where there's a deck in left center field of the home, and they have front row seats in left center field as this one is missed in the dirt. Now 1-0. Gibson with a single his last time up. This one swung on and missed. Now 1-1. Brody Gibson, the junior center fielder, wears number 2 for Coach Solis and the Tommies. Mitchell on the mound, the righty-righty matchup. This is going to be hit to the first baseman, Holzer, who fields it. 3 unassisted to retire the side. And a 3-up, 3-down inning through 6 here. We're tied at 1 apiece on our Irie Insurance scoreboard as we go to the top of the 7th inning. The Squirrels come to the plate next on YourLiveEvent.com.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Say thank you to the farmers you come into contact with every day. They have chosen a career that is as much their deep passion as it is an absolute necessity for you and I. Spring is upon us and there will be farm equipment on the roads. Give them your patience and room to do their jobs. Trust me, they would rather be off the road working in their field than dealing with traffic. From all of us here at RDK Enterprises, we say thank you and have a safe spring.
As we get an update here from Class A in the semifinals, Fargo North leads Jamestown 2-1, top of the 6th inning. Cheyenne shut out Wahpeton earlier 8-0. So the winner will play in Class A. West Fargo Cheyenne will go up against either North or Jamestown. Right now the Spartans up by 1 in the 6th over the Blue Jays. Here, top of the 7th inning we go. Is it the final 3 outs for both of these two teams, or do we have extras as Cooper Johnson's going to come on and pinch hit? First time that Johnson has pinched hit since he was injured at Thompson back in May, nearly a month ago to the date. First pitch was in there for a strike. Second pitch goes to Overby on a 2-grounder. 4-3 on the putout, and there's 1 down. Cooper Johnson has some wheels if he's able to get on base. So he came in and pinch hit for the DH, and now it's Cole Holzer. Bottom of the lineup here for Central Castle. Thompson will be sending 6, 7, and 8 batters in the bottom half of the 7th. Holzer is able to work the count full. He's done a good job today at the plate, even though he's had a couple of grounders to the second baseman Overby. Has forced Wolfgang to throw a couple pitches, a 2-2 count in the second, worked the count full, fouled one off in the 5th. This one runs in and almost hits Holzer. Now it's going to be 2-0. And for both teams, it's about finding base runners on the base pass. The 2-0 pitch in there for a strike at 2-1. Central Cast, their best opportunity was in the first inning to try to get some runners on Holzer. This one's going to get fisted to the third baseman, Tice, across 5-3 on the putout. Tice did a good job charging that ball right after it was hit on the turf here by Holzer, and there's 2 down. But Central Cast again, bases loaded, sacrifice fly. Then they left 2 on in the first, 1 on in the third. That was a 1-out single, and then they left 2 on in their last half inning after Mitchell single. Pearson came in for a courtesy run, and then a single on 2 outs by Dakota. Had runners at first and second before Boer grounded out to third. This one in there for a strike to Mason Bussey here. And Bussey will see this one off the glove of Berberich behind home plate. Now at 1-1 for Thompson. 3 runners on in the fourth and 1 runner on in the fifth. This is going to be a 2-grounder that goes right off the glove of Tice. And that one will be an error. If there is something that the Sun does have a little bit of maybe playing some soul power situation, it's that third base right now. Wearing the sage was Tice, but as he had that one come into his glove, it just went off of his mitts, and now at first base again is going to be Mason Bussey. So that'll be the first error of the day, and for the Central Cass Squirrels, they'll have a runner at first base as Logan Broughton will dig in. Mason Bussey does have a nice, healthy lead. Here's a soft toss pick by Wolfgram to Odenbach. Brandon Wolfgram right now, 90 pitches so far thrown in this game as he's gone 6 2/3. The righty looks back on a opportunity. Sliding back safely is Mason Bussey. So that'll be an error on the way here to the third baseman, Tice. We'll see if it proves costly. Can Central Cass take advantage of an extra out? This will be in the dirt, blocked by Berberich. It's now 1-0. Really nice night, all things considered here, as the clouds are slowly starting to make their way. You can start seeing the sunset behind the first base dugout, as this will miss low now at 2-0. Odenbach holding Bussey on at first. Logan Broughton with a hitter's count right now. 2 balls, no strikes, with 2 outs here in the top half of the 7th. 2-0 pitch, and Tice is going to have a chance to redeem himself at third. He does. 5-3 on the putout to retire the side. There were no runs, no hits, an error, and 1 runner left on base. 6.5 complete. We go to the bottom of the 7th. The Thompson Tommies coming to play next on your liveevent.com.
Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Fireworks and sports stuff in the same store? That's right. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro. Come in and browse the sports cards and memorabilia and fireworks at the same time. Unopened packs and boxes of sports cards, plus pre-owned cards as well. Jersey swatch autograph cards, lots of Twins, Vikings, Wolves, Wild, Lynx, and North Stars memorabilia, bobbleheads, caps, and more. They're open Saturdays 10 to 5. Call anytime, 701-436-6140. Great Plains Fireworks and Sports Collectibles, Hillsboro.
Bottom of the 7th inning we go. Thompson setting up Drew Overby, Jonathan Muse, and Sean O'Hearn. 6, 7, and 8 batters here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Thompson needs a run for a win and making it back to a state title 6 of the last 7 seasons. Well, for the Central Cass Squirrels, they're playing for extras right now and trying to get to the state championship for the first time since 2013. It's a sea of green and some red between the both of them, with the green chairs. But the Thompson Tommy faithful having their softball team making it here. The softball team in attendance for the Central Cass Squirrels. They have a nice contingent down that right field line here for the first base club. Pitch number 80 upcoming for Mitchell to start off the bottom of the 7th inning. Overby, Muse, and O'Hearn here in the State B semifinals. The pitch by Mitchell. It's going to be hit on the ground. Kovarovic slides, comes to his knees, flips in time. Oh, what a stretch by Holzer. Sliding in at first base was Overby head first. Holzer with the stretch, a bang-bang play that goes Central Cass's way. 4-3 on the putout here. That was a tough one for Kovarovic. He had to go into the hole to his left in second. By the time he slid, came to one knee, popped up on his right. Holzer with the stretch. That 6'7" frame came in handy. This will miss for a ball to Jonathan Muse, who's 0 for 2 today. Here's the 1-0 offering from Mitchell. In there for a strike at 1-1. Parker threw 89 pitches in his complete game win against North Star. Mitchell has pitched 83 right now. That'll miss for a ball at 2-1. Central Cass so far just 2 pitchers used this tournament. Thompson, they've just used 3 at this moment that have appeared. A 2-1 offering. Check swing did not go through the zone. Now it's going to be 3-1. You can hear the Thompson Tommy dugout in between innings saying we just need to find a way to get on board, get someone on board. The 3-1 pitch, and well, there it is. Jonathan Muse with a 5-pitch walk, the second free pass of the game, and the Thompson Tommies have the game-winning run at first base as Sean O'Hearn will step in. Central Cass, they are looking to get to extras here. We have yet to had an extra inning game here at the State B baseball tournament. The pitch. That'll miss. Breaking ball in the turf. Good block by Parker. Now 1-0. Sean O'Hearn grounded out. Holzer to Mitchell back in the third and flew out to Bussey and right. His last time up in the fifth. 1-0 pitch missing low now at 2-0. And this is something we haven't seen so far here of Mitchell. Is over his last now 6 pitches, 5 of them have been out of the zone. A 2-0. That'll miss. Now it's going to be 3-0. 3 balls, no strikes on the way to the number 8 batter here. We'll see if Nate Solis gives O'Hearn a green light or takes all the way on the 3-0. 3-0 pitch in at the knee. That's a strike, and O'Hearn was taking. Now it's 3-1, and that's probably one where you say, got to see if you can see Mitchell maybe throws one out of the zone and get the game-winning run in scoring position. The 3-1 pitch, swung on, hit on the ground. Oh, what a glove by Board. They get the lead runner at second. It's bobbled by Coverbig on a one-hopper. And coming aboard now, the Thompson Tommies, we have runners at first and second. Board did a good job gloving that one, but as he came to his feet, threw to Coverbig. It was a one-hopper. If Sands able to complete the catch, they get the lead runner in Muse by a half step, but instead, he is unable to complete the catch at second, and now runners we have first and second base. So Muse at second, O'Hearn reaches. That's going to be on an error, and that will be the first error of the game for Central Cass as Braden Tice will come up to the plate, and Dustin Maggio wants a little conference call with his infield here on the mound. So Tice, the sophomore third baseman, then it goes to the catcher and Reese Berberich on the top of the lineup here for Thompson. This is a very interesting situation. If you're Nate Solis, you don't want to bunt, if you will, and put the runners at second and third. But we've already seen Tice trying to bunt once. He was caught for an out. And if you do so then, and you do get runners at second and third with 2 outs, you might take the bat out of Reese Berberich if they decide for a 4-pitch walk. Double play is what the Squirrels are looking for, or something to keep the runner bare minimum amused at second base. The runner at first is O'Hearn, but right now he doesn't matter as much with a game-winning run at second. Off speed in there for a strike to Tice, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Now 0-1. That was a big 12-6 curveball there by Mitchell. 1 down here, bottom of the 7th. It's the state semifinals. Winner has a date with the Lobos in the title tomorrow night. The 0-1. Breaking ball again. Now it's going to be 0-2. So 2 good breaking balls, both in the zone. This one fouled off by Tice. And after timing up now the breaking ball, does Mitchell bring the heater? Coverbig trying to keep Muse as close as he can at second base. Mitchell with a long look in. And here's the cat and mouse game at a time by the batter in Braden Tice. For Central Cass, if it does go extras, it'll be 2, 3, and 4 batters coming up to the plate. The 0-2. Breaking ball again. Got him out in front. And that's going to be an out. Runners trying to advance to third base. Here's a throw. Safe. So it's a strikeout with Tice. It will be 2 down, but because that went up the first base line, that allowed the lead runner in Muse to scamper down to third base. So it works, as we mentioned, almost like a sacrifice bunt regardless. It's the 5th strikeout for Mitchell. But now there's 2 down with Reese Berberich, the ever-dangerous senior, at the plate. Mitchell with the pitch. That'll miss. Now it's going to be 1-0. Braden Wolfgram is the on-deck batter. The only way he can get up to the plate here in this inning is with a walk with Berberich or a hit-by pitch. The 1-0 in there for a strike at the knees. Now 1-1. So back to that strikeout. It was another breaking ball. It shot up the first base line from Parker as he tried to block it and keep it in front of him. He did, but it was far enough to allow the runners to move up 90 feet. The 1-1. In the dirt, blocked by Parker. Berberich immediately put the left hand up and said stop to Muse to not come down that third base line. And now with a 2-1 count, Maggio says, let's walk you. So Berberich will stand at first base, and the bases are loaded and nowhere to put Braden Wolfgram. Wolfgram 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt in the 4th. Bases full of Tommies and nowhere to put the junior pitcher. Pitcher versus pitcher. The pitch running in. Did it hit him? It did. It nicked him just enough. And that'll do it. The Thompson Tommies, for the 6th time in the last 7 seasons, are heading to the state championship tomorrow night, where they will face off with Lemoore Litchfield Marion in a repeat of last year's state championship game. The contest finishes at 9:04 in a game that goes 1 hour and 23 minutes. It just ticked ever so much. Braden Wolfgram coming in to score is Muse the winning run, and the Thompson Tommies are heading back to a state championship with a 2-1 victory over the Central Cass Squirrels. Tip of the cap goes out to both teams here in this one, but a difficult blow if you're the Central Cass Squirrels, as that first pitch to Wolfgram just grazed the inner elbow at most. But that particular play is going to do it. 2-1 Thompson. The Tommies with a run off no hits in the inning. There was an error. There'll be 3 left aboard as Thompson improves to 21-3 on the season. So the Tommies softball team and baseball team will be playing for state championships coming up tomorrow here in the Magic City. Thompson wins it 2-1. Our post-game show is coming up next here on YourLiveEvent.com.
Did you know that there are several different types of crop hail insurance policies? Hi, this is Bethany Rentz, crop insurance agent with Irie Insurance. We at Irie Insurance want to help you select a hail policy that will best protect your crops and bottom line from a hailstorm. Give us a call today to schedule a time to meet with an Irie Insurance agent. For our contact information, go to our website at irieins.com.
You're protected and appreciated at Irie.
Irie Insurance is an equal opportunity provider.
R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is hiring a full-time play-by-play sports announcer and broadcast sales representative. Duties include selling advertising time for radio, digital, video streaming, and regional cable TV. Play-by-play responsibilities include live play-by-play of local sporting events for radio, video streaming, and regional cable TV broadcasts. Wage plus talent and commission pay structure with full-time benefits package offered. For more information or to apply, email apply@rjbroadcasting.com. That's apply@rjbroadcasting.com. There's a new inventory of trailers at Bloomfield Enterprises of Hillsborough. You can see the latest inventory online at bloomfieldtrailers.com. Bloomfield Enterprises has a full line of Big Tex trailers. Big Tex has affordable and versatile utility trailers for all your jobs. Big Tex has a full line of products from ATV trailers to gooseneck to dump trailers and more. Call Larry at 218-368-7989 or Tim at 701-430-0877. Bloomfield Enterprises in Hillsborough.
There's more at 104. Hillsborough, North Dakota has everything you need on your next road trip. Food, fuel, fun, and family-friendly activities. Stop by and fill up your tank or grab a bite to eat. Have a blast at Goose River Golf Club, the swimming pool, or one of our beautiful parks. There's even ice skating and cross-country skiing. Take in the sights or stay the night so you don't miss a thing. Experience Hillsborough and see why there's more at 104.
Hi, I'm Ernie Struby, president of the Goose River Bank, and I would like to know your story. Our lives and our businesses are comprised of events. We have all had our failures and successes, and these events define our character. If your character includes values like trustworthy, respectful, honest, and responsible, then your story matches well with ours, and we would consider it a privilege to be your financial partner. At the Goose River Bank, we believe that a strong bank builds strong communities. The Goose River Bank, member FDIC.
A final here as we get to our post-game show, and while the Arctic Enterprises feature precision play the game probably bookended it. And the first inning, Central Cass loaded the bases but only scored 1 run, and then Thompson able to load the bases in the 7th, and they score the 1 run that they needed. Braden Wolfgram hit by a pitch. He joins us now. First and foremost, Braden, a complete game pitcher's duel. You and Mitchell are both dealing out there. Just take us through your time on the mound. Let's start with that first inning. A single by Bronton, a single by Convervig, hit by pitch by Mitchell. Maja with the sacrifice fly. You punch out Dakota and Buer. How are you able to minimize the damage there in the first inning here, Braden?
Definitely just trusting my defense and throwing strikes. Right away, struggled to throw strikes, got some bad counts against me. And then when you have a bad count against you, you got to throw one basically right down the middle, and they capitalized on that for sure. And then just hit Braden Mitchell. And then teammates came up to me, told me I'm good. You just got to keep throwing strikes and believe in me. Did that, got outs, and ended up in our favor.
And ended up in your favor. And I heard, I'm not sure who it was, but someone in the dugout in the seventh just said, find a way to get on, right? Just find a way to get on after a ground out by Overby. Jonathan Muse was able to draw a walk. Sean O'Hearn put the ball in play. Eli Boer threw it to Covervig, and Muse was able to beat out it at second. A strikeout by Tice. Reese Burbridge got to a 2-1 count. Maggio said, let's walk him, make it full. All of a sudden, what's going through your mind with Mitchell on the mound, and you see that ball running in a little bit? I told you off air that has to be the nicest graze of your life because that one could hurt off the elbow. So how much did it really hit you here, Braden?
Just nicked my jersey. Helps the jersey's a little loose, a little big for me, but definitely feels good. When bases are loaded in that situation, you just got to find a way, get on base, score a runner, and feels really good. Braden Mitchell pitched a heck of a game out there. It was a quick game. Both pitchers were pretty efficient today, so it was a fun one against them. They're a great team.
Yeah, an hour and 23 minutes was the contest here for 7 innings that nearly went extras. What is it like in a good old-fashioned pitcher duel when you see that your opposition in Braden Mitchell had a perfect game through 3 innings of play? What is that like being on the backside of it, going really toe for toe through inning for inning here, Braden?
Definitely when they got that first run, you want to try to match that, and we didn't until the 4th inning, but you just got to try to, match it. Obviously, he did a wonderful job. I mean, all the credit to him. Pitched a heck of a game again, and you just gotta get one run, tie that ball game up, and then you just work from there.
Let's talk about your senior designated hitter. William Wilkie got things going yesterday with a 2-out RBI. He also delivers an RBI single in the bottom of the 4th inning. What has his play been throughout this state tournament for the senior DH?
He's a see ball, hit ball kind of guy. He hits the ball hard every time, and he's definitely a great kid to have. All the credit to him. He helps us a lot of RBIs from him.
Final thing, what does this stat mean for you here, Braden? Able to go to the state championship game 6 times in the last 7 seasons with this program. It's going to be a rematch from last year, and 2 teams that are a little bit different, but bringing back some guys that were allowed to play at Newman Outdoor Field here to Cobra. But what does that stat mean? 6 times in the last 7 years, Thompson has found a way to get to a state title game.
Feels really good. I mean, you know that you're doing something right at a young age when you got teams in the championship like that many years in a row. And it just feels wonderful. I mean, a bunch of role models from the older years that I watched 6-7 years ago, and now I get to do the same thing, try to go back-to-back. It's the best feeling ever.
Braden, thanks so much for your time. Congratulations on the win, and we'll allow you to pop those headsets to your head coach, all right?
Thank you.
That again, Braden Wolfgram joined us here on our post-game show. A complete game, 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run that was earned, a walk and a strikeout here for Wolfgram, as well as Nate Solis joins the post-game show. And Nate, I heard you say, hey, I gave you a large jersey for a reason. Well, it came to a most opportune time in the 7th inning. Bases are loaded. You get Burbridge at a 2-1 count, and that's a dicey situation. I don't particularly in that spot for Central Cass. You want to pitch to Reese, who's been knocking the cover off the ball here. You give him a free base. Mitchell runs one in, and Braden right off the bat able to see that it hit him. Dean Winchesky behind the plate awarding him first. What's going through your mind at the third base coach's box as a coach?
A lot. You mentioned the large jersey. I hear about twice a week about how the jerseys are a little bit baggy. I don't think I'll hear anything anymore, especially from Wolfgram. Tip the cap to Coach Maggio, Central Cass. That's just a really fun baseball game. Braden Mitchell pitched really well. We were struggling timing up his fastball, and he had some off-speed to mix in there as well. And he just kept us off balance. And we just talked, I think 3 hits, right? So
Yep.
It's, you just got to find ways to get on base. And 2 runs, if you'd asked me after the first inning, I wouldn't think 2 runs did it. Braden, didn't start off his greatest, but he settled in. You could just tell that once he got out of that jam with 1 run, he just kind of settled in and, could take a deep breath and get back out there and kind of reset for the 2nd inning. And then, one time through the order, not going so well. Credit to our guys for making some adjustments and being able to put the ball in play and put the ball in play hard, and you never know what happens.
Yeah, one time from the 3rd inning, to your point, Nate, through the top of this, through the 6th, he retired 9 straight batters against Central Cass. When you saw Braden Wolfgram get out of that 1st inning, minimizing it just to 1 run, bases loaded, no outs, what's going through your mind as a head coach?
Huge. I mean, it's just it keeps you. I mean, you don't obviously want to give up one run, but bases loaded, nobody out, especially with 4-hitter up. I mean, you'll take one run, and I think it was just a big confidence booster for Braden and confidence booster for the guys. I mean, we didn't start off on offense the greatest, but you can just keep playing, and you can tell when Braden's rolling. I mean, he's going to work quick, and he's going to pound the zone, and he's going to mix in some off speed to make you chase, and he's just a really good pitcher. And there were some calls that maybe didn't go his way, where I think a couple weeks ago it might have flustered him a little bit. So credit to him for just kind of standing in there and going to the next pitch and forgetting about it. Proud of him for that as well.
Take us through what is the talk about bottom of the 7th inning, knowing that you don't want to go to extras, find a way to win it in regulation, right? Find a way to win it in 7. What's the message that you're preaching to your guys there, Nate, before you get to the at-bat here in the bottom of the 7th inning?
Just compete. I told Overby, he was leading off the inning, I said, just find a way to get on. It doesn't matter how you do it. It doesn't have to be pretty. And he did a really good job. Sam Koppervik made a really nice play, or Johnson?
Yep.
Johnson made a really nice play at second base, and you tip the cap to that. We just found a way to keep battling, and John gets on base, Sean gets on base, and then some of the pressure starts to happen on the other side, and having to throw strikes, and at the top of the order starts to come back up, and then you have that decision with Reese, and find a way to win, I guess. 2
things for you here. I asked Braden this same question. The senior William Wilkie, right, that RBI single in the 4th. He had the first RBI of the game as well yesterday. What does his senior leadership, but also his presence at that DH spot at the number 4 in your roster, even just have evolved through the season, but also here in Minot, Nate?
Yeah, I think he's really just found a groove, and like we've talked about before, I've said it on here, and I've talked to Will about it. He's going to be aggressive, and it's a blessing and it's a curse. I think his first at bat, he swung at a pitch in the dirt and strike 3. So knowing what he brings to the table, you take some of those at bats and you just say, all right, keep going. And this is his first real varsity season of getting those at bats. So you can just tell from about, I would say, he had a slump there a little bit right before the region tournament, and then we started the region tournament, and I think it just something clicked. And a lot of things are clicking for the younger guys, and that helps. And you can just see the growth, and that's what's fun about coaching this team.
Final thing for you, it's a rematch of last season. Can you take anything out of that game outside of some of the new players? I mean, I know Nitschke and Hansen, they're to the point where they can't, pitch anymore for Lamorlich or Marion. Obviously, for your team here, Nate, I mean, Wolfgram, Berberich, 46, Odenbach, 24, and, Braden's obviously done after this complete game. But both teams, interesting, different styles of semis, pitcher's duel. You have to battle through a rain delay for the Lobos and then come out guns a-blazes and score a ton of runs against Langdon. So what's your early thoughts about this state championship with a rematch again of last year?
Yeah, they're a talented team. They're here for the 3rd straight time in the championship game, 3rd straight year, and they're hungry, right? So, like I said, talented team. They're led by Hansen, and Mart's a heck of a player as well. And it's just going to be fun. You can lean on the experience, and so can they. That's the biggest thing you take away from it. And there are, I would say, probably at least 5, I guess, off the top of my head that are at least on that team that they had coming back. And so they have that experience as well, and talented. It should just be another fun baseball game.
Nate, thanks so much for your time. We'll talk to you tomorrow ahead of the championship.
Appreciate it.
Nate Solis, head coach for the Thompson Tommies, with us here on our post-game show. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, final box score line, score, and Arctic Enterprises play the game. That's all coming up on your liveevent.com.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
As we come back now, let's get to our Arctic Enterprises feature precision play of the contest, and it's really the bookend as we talked about with Braden Wolfgram, right? You load the bases up with no outs in the first with dangerous hitters in Majo, Dakota, and Boer coming up for Central Cass, and you minimize the damage to 1, and then the old foreshadowing, bases loaded, you're the pitcher, and your hit by pitch on the first pitch for the game-winning run. The coming in to score was Jonathan Muse. Those two plays are Arctic Enterprises feature precision play of the contest. Arctic Enterprises with locations in Hillsborough and Drayton. Go to planterdoc.com. That again is planterdoc.com. Arctic Enterprises wishes you a good and safe summer in the fields, and once you get ready for the harvest season as well. That is our Arctic Enterprises feature precision play of the contest. Thompson now 21-3 on the season. 2 runs, 3 hits, an error, and 7 runners left on base. Central Cass drops at 13-7, 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error, and 6 runners left on base. A game that goes 1 hour and 23 minutes. Braden Wolfgram picks up the win. 7 innings of work, 5 hits, 1 run that was earned, a walk and a strikeout. Braden Mitchell, 6 2/3 innings of work, 3 hits, 2 runs, 4 walks, and 5 strikeouts. The final box score, Thompson with Burbridge goes 1 of 2 with a single, a run scored, and 2 walks. Brandon Wolfgram goes 0 for 2 hit by pitch with that run driven in on the hit by pitch in the 7th. Thomas Schumacher goes 0 for 3. William Welke goes 1 of 3. Brody Gilpson goes 1 of 3. Overby ends this game 0 for 3 at the game. And then you have Jonathan Muse 0 for 2 with a walk, the game-winning run. Sean O'Hearn would go 0 for 3, and Braden Tice goes 0 for 2. Also a stat line that was different. A perfect game through Mitchell through 3. Gave up 1 walk in the 5th, but walked in a hit by pitch in the 7th. No hits for Thompson, and he still played it a run. Central Cass, Logan Broughton able to go 1 of 4 with a run scored. Sam Convervic goes 2 of 3 with 2 singles. Braden Mitchell goes 1 for 2 with a single and a hit by pitch. Carter Maggio delivers the 1 run for the Central Cass Squirrels with a sacrifice fly 0 for 2. Carter Dakota 1 of 3. Eli Boer 0 for 3. Joe Shoemaker 0 for 2. Cooper Johnson 0 for 1. Holzer 0 for 3. And Mason Bussey 0 for 3 here for the Central Cass Squirrels. So here's what's coming up tomorrow on your live event.com. We'll get to the 3rd place game with the Central Cass Squirrels, and alongside Langdon area Enmore Munich. There's 2 games prior to that at 11:30, 1:32. You're maybe looking at around a 4 o'clock-ish start time for Central Cass for that 3rd place game against the Cardinals. The Thompson Tommies will play following that roughly at 6:30 in a rematch of last year's state championship against Lemoore Litchfield Marion. On behalf of all of our sponsors, I'm Chase Miller. Thanks so much for tuning in from Corbett Field. The final, Thompson 2, the Central Cass Squirrels 1 on our Irie Insurance scoreboard. The Tommies are heading back to a state championship and defending their crown as they are back to a state title for the 6th time in the last 7 seasons. We'll have that for you tomorrow night right here on yourliveevent.com. Until then, enjoy the rest of your Friday evening.